people need to know about Hal Turner. If people understand who he was and what he was up to, and simply recognize that he was just one guy, there have to be so many more paid fakes. Joe Rogan's a paid fake. Alex Jones is a paid fake. There's no real point in debating or discussing it. It's just the way it is. We'll look at a few clips. I'll add a bit of my own contribution here. Alan Watts spoke about sudden versus taking a long time to become enlightened. Basically said, long version is for stupid people. Here's a quick version to show that Joe Rogan he works for the CIA. He's a tool. I don't want to add too many examples. I just want to show the key moments, in my honest opinion, that prove it. Got 3 videos. I'll share excerpts from each. The first one he had on a journalist woman, and she's basically arguing for CIA assassinations because otherwise the option is war, and then soldiers are used as fodder. She was explaining, in her opinion, that the assassins know what they're doing. They can just be dropped in and get it done.
After talking to a lot of 20-year-old soldiers who come back from the war theater missing a limb or with intense PTSD, and who essentially serve as cannon fodder, I would say, my opinion, right, for the Pentagon. That's the second option, war. The 42 guys that I interviewed, they're like, send me. They are professional. They are tier 1 operators. They're Green Berets, they're SEALs, they're Delta. Mm-hmm. They retire, they join the CIA. Yeah. So they're like professionals at what they do, and they're saying, someone has to do this job. We've been doing this since the end of World War II. I want to do it. So do I think it's better? I mean, I think that concept speaks to choice, right? Because I'm not so sure that the 20-year-olds know what they're in for, and the 40-year-olds know what they're in for and are willing to do it.
That's one video. Now the other 2 videos are where the fun began. It's all about that thingy between Joey Diaz, Eddie Bravo, and Joey Rogan. Here it's explained to Eddie that Joey Diaz had been playing him for a fool. Now this is where some body language analysis is crucial. There's also the idea that we need to think of every possible angle. If we're going to be Columbo, Peter Falk is Columbo, or Sherlock Holmes, it's the historic greatness. The Vincent Gambini, no one can pull the wool over his eyes. Here's a clip. Eddie Bravo seemed to not be acting. He seemed hurt. He seemed embarrassed. And he seemed to want to make it right.
We have one more thing for you, Eddie. Here we go.
So go ahead and we'll wait for your rebuttal.
Child, so I can have a good time by myself. I know how to have a parade in my head by myself. So I just throw something out there and wait for him to catch it. And then I go attack it. It's like when I told Eddie, when Eddie asked me what was wrong with Joe Rogan. And I told Eddie that Joe got accosted by the CIA. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, whenever you talk to Joe on the phone, don't you hear the phone click? Right there, that was a crucial moment in the conversation. Because if he says no, I don't have him. But if he says yes, I got this motherfucker. And he says yes. Everybody's phone clicks. We all got cell phones. Once he said yes, I knew I had him. So I just kept pounding him with Joe Rogan and the CIA. He's getting followed. When you go do the podcast, look at the pole. There's a camera up there.
Oh, my God.
Then I got the guy from my block with the cop car to come to the store. I gave him a yardstick. And I told him to sit by the store one night that Eddie and Joe were there. And I called Eddie out. And I go, look down the corner. There's a cop car.
Up.
Yes, I did. And I go, hey, listen to all your conversations. This went on for like a year. I kept toying with him. And then finally, after a year, I got on a plane with Joe. And Joe, comes on with his bag of vitamins. He lands on the plane with like a bag on it. And he's like, what the fuck is going on with Eddie? He told Alex Jones I'm in the CIA. And I'm fucking howling. Because it was me who put it in his head for a year.
Johnny Appleseed planting those seeds,
you just keep everyone.
So, Joey